I was trolling on the internet.
As you do.
I do. A couple months back, I was trolling on the internet, and I think I asked you a question at one point, and I never really finished the statement.
Yeah, you just kind of randomly asked it to me one day. I was
Let me
like, where
repeat
did
the
that
question.
come from?
Let me repeat the question. Would you ever make out with a cousin?
And to which I answered no.
No. Not a second cousin, third cousin?
I don't think so. No.
I have some hot cousins. I won't name them by name, but I had some cousins, at least when I was a kid, that I thought were very attractive.
Right.
Not a kid, I'll say a teenager. I thought were very attractive.
You can recognize the good lookingness of the cousins, but to me, it's off limits.
Yeah.
It's not even an option.
I always felt like it was off limits, but I always wondered what it would be like if it wasn't off limits, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And so I'm kind of half kidding. So any of my cousins that listen to this don't think I was in the shower, cold shower, thinking about you. Maybe I was, I'm not sure. But I've always thought it was very taboo, at least in my circle of people.
Yeah, most.
No, but that's not true. Because over 56% of the world's population believe it's okay to get married to a first cousin. And over 36% of the world's married population in Asia and South Asia, Asia as a whole,
as a continent,
are married to a cousin. As a continent as a whole. I guess that'd be the same thing, wouldn't it? Yeah. I'm on a roll today. Welcome to the commercial break. Your geography lesson is... How many continents are there?
There's 7.
Okay, tell me.
North America, South America, Asia, as you just mentioned.
Yes.
Australia.
Yes.
Antarctica.
Yes.
Europe. And there's one more.
Antarctica and the North Pole?
I don't think this
I don't think it's a continent. I think that's ice.
Anyways.
Antarctica and Antarctica. That's what it is. Australia, Asia, North, Europe. South America, Europe.
Yep.
And then what's the other one? I can't remember. I don't know.
Cut this part out.
Yeah. India? South Africa. Yeah.
Africa. That's it. It's just Africa.
Right. Africa.
Yes.
Yeah,
God.
South Africa. Jesus Christ.
We're terrible.
I'm going to cut this out of the show because
cut this out. It's embarrassing.
Sure.
Okay. Back to Asia.
So
they're married to their cousins.
36% of people in Asia.
Yes, some traditions
and
allow it, and I know that there used to be the monarchy that would intermarry, but
they would intermarry.
It causes birth defects.
It doesn't actually. Here's the thing: that a long-term studies from scientists, and I read about this. Now, I'm not advocating for this. I want you to know. It'll sound like I am, but I'm not really. It doesn't cause long-term birth defects. What causes birth defects in a long-term situation where you're marrying into your bloodline is when you marry too close into your bloodline. Right. Typically, your siblings by both parents, right? Okay. So let's just
not first cousins,
not second cousins, and certainly not third cousins, because at some point we're all cousins.
As you keep going down.
Yeah, I would
think first cousins.
No. It's not true.
Okay.
At least that's what I read, and I did some research on this, right? Because I was like, that's really weird that you would marry your first cousin, that you would want to make out with your first cousin.
Yeah.
Now, I have heard, in my own experience as a human being, I have heard a number of people, I'll say 3 people that I can think of, who have said they have had relations with their first cousin.
Oh, okay.
Which, to me, in my growing up, in my life, that was a big no-no.
Of course, me too.
I even one time, when I was like 8 years old, had what I call a kissing cousin.
Okay.
Those people where you call them cousins, but they're really not cousins?
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? Aunt Judy and Uncle Bob. But
Aunt Chrissy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but you're really not an aunt.
Right.
And therefore, your children, Jeff's children, are not my children's cousins. But we might say that at some point, right? Oh, there's cousin Olivia or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, sure.
So, but we didn't really have that concept. And so me and this young lady, we ended up like making out
kissing?
Like 8-year-olds would, right?
Yes.
Yeah, kissing on the lips or on the cheek or whatever. And we got in trouble because you were not supposed to make out or kiss your own cousin.
Well, and I think the fact that you were 8 might have been concerning too.
I was really, honestly, I was like, fuck you guys. I want to keep on doing it. I remember feeling to this day that feeling. Little tingly. And I remember feeling a sense of real adventurism about it. Like, wow, they tell me no, that means I should.
Yes.
This is not as unusual as we think. And 36 states allow this in some way, shape, or form.
Let me guess, they're mostly in the South.
Mostly in the South, Oklahoma. Utah
South.
is one of the ones that does not allow marrying of cousins.
Does not.
Unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah, because it's because you can just marry multiple people.
Yeah, you can marry multiple people just as long as they're not related to them.
Yeah.
That makes fucking sense. Hold on one second while I think about that. So 36 states allow some form or fashion of
cousin marrying,
bloodline marrying, right? Now, I don't think it's legal in any state to get married to your sister or your brother or whatever.
No.
But very rarely do you find people that are proud of this.
Yes.
Proud of this fact, right? Even if you married your cousin, your family would know, but you might want to keep it secret outside of your own family.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how my family would react if I decided I was in love with one of my cousins and we took them and like we came to the family.
Right.
Yeah. Now I don't talk to my cousins.
I think you know everyone here.
I think you're familiar with. My mom and dad.
I think you know
Dad.
them.
This is cousin Stacy.
I think you know each other.
This is cousin Stacy, and we've been having a lot of sex lately. It's an update on us. How are you guys doing? I don't know if you got our Christmas card in the mail. That's a way to announce it.
Happy holidays from the Greens.
Happy holidays from the Greens.
Yeah.
Is that Brian and Stacy? What a cute cousin photograph.
They're
and
really
then they
close.
open it up and we're like making out. They're like, oh. So that's how it is in this family.
That is.
So I found recently, a month or two ago, that there is now becoming very famous couple that are first cousins, have known each other all their lives, and are madly in love with each other and cannot stop telling the world about it.
Okay.
They recently were indicted because she got pregnant in Utah. And Utah indicted them.
Why were they picking one of the one states that doesn't allow it?
That's where their family lived, I guess. I don't know. It's just like those damn Seven Little Sisters or Seeking Sister Wives or not Seven Little Johnstons, which is back on, by the way, and wonderful show. Check it out. I love my Johnstons.
You do.
I love my Johnstons. Please come on the show. Any of you. I'll take any of you.
Yes. The Sister Wives.
Sister Wives.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sister Wives. No, but not the Sister Wives like Seeking Sister Wives. The actual... What's that one?
Where they're like interviewing women and
No. This one's the one with like Cody and he's married to 7 women. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
What's that show?
I
Is
can't
that
remember
called
that
Sister
name.
Wives, I think, isn't it? Not Seeking Sister Wives. I think it's actually just okay, whatever it is. One of those girls just divorced him. One of those ladies just divorced him, one of his first one, because she said that it just wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Go fucking figure. And that it didn't feel like a real marriage. Go fucking figure.
Right.
Because Cody just wants to get his dick wet with a new woman every night.
Yeah,
and he wants to ignore all of the other stuff that goes around.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be a real father to 29 children in 5 separate houses.
It's just too
doesn't
hard.
exist like that. I'm not saying Cody's a bad guy at heart. I think he might try and be a nice guy, but he's a real dumb fucking dumb when it comes to marrying people. How much heartache and headache must that be?
I know.
Couldn't you see this one coming down the line, Cody? Yeah. But anyway, those dumbasses couldn't get out of the state of Utah either because they felt like it was the place where they needed to live, right? Until the actual law chased them out of there. They threatened to put them in jail if they didn't leave the state or uncouple.
Yeah.
And so they went to Colorado, where I guess Colorado...
They're okay with it.
Let me introduce you to the couple that I'm talking about here. Now, listen to this guy's voice. I have a question that it's unrelated to the marriage of the cousins. I want you to listen to this guy's voice.
Okay.
How you guys came to fall in love?
They're doing an interview, by the way, I think for either People or one of those magazines, ABC People, something like that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm using this audio. I will credit it. I just wanted to let you know that I'm using the audio of someone that I don't know. But I will give them credit at some point.
Oh, goodness. I met Angie as a small child when I was.
How did you guys meet? We're cousins. How did we meet?
There was this family event.
I met Angie when I was 6 months old. It was a family event, and I remember thinking to myself the first minute, I hope my dad changes my diaper. And then I thought, wow, she's hot. Where's that tit that keeps feeding me? Oh, she's cute. This guy sounds like a radio personality to me. I think he has a radio voice.
Okay, yeah.
Just like me.
7 or 8 years old when I went to visit her parents in Virginia, and we stayed for a few days, and I immediately clicked with Angie, hung out with her the entire time, played games, made little rings together.
Gave each other hand shandies, dry humps.
We were just hanging out.
Yeah, how do you... This is creepy. Mm-hmm. Is this already creepy that you guys are falling in love with each other at a young age like that? You're just kids. You're just having fun together. Doesn't this guy already sound like a radio voice to you?
He does.
I think he's on the radio. I think that's why the story is interesting to other media outlets. Because
he's in the media?
Yeah, I couldn't find him, but I think he's on like one of these rinky-dink stations somewhere out there in Utah.
Okay, in Utah.
We're inseparable to the point where I even told her mother, stopped her in the hallway and said, I'm going to marry Angie. And she said, no, you can't.
She said, no, I don't think so. That's illegal.
Oh, you're sweet, but no.
That's illegal in 26 states.
But you could be friends. And, well, I, of course, had the last laugh, but...
No, actually,
I showed
you didn't.
her.
Yeah, I showed her. Look at me now.
I pissed her off bad.
We don't talk to any of our family anymore.
See?
Last laugh.
I would say that it started very young. I've always felt a very special connection with Angie, and no one has ever made me feel the way that she does, or ever could. So.
We've always loved each other.
And was it the same for you, Angie? You knew from when you were young?
I didn't know that I was going to end up marrying Michael, but I knew I liked him. I knew that there was something about him that was easy to get along with and felt familiar. And
yeah, he's your fucking cousin. Of course it feels familiar.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Jones, you got to be a fucking real nudnik not to figure this one out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt I feel a familiarity with my cousins too. We're all playing around with each other. We share aunts and uncles together. I mean, it's like...
Just felt comfortable.
I just felt comfortable. Just felt like family. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just felt like she was a member of my family right off the bat. Even when I was 3. And mind you, they're talking about when they're meet. First of all, the reporter framed this question real dumb, like a real dum-dum. When did you guys first meet? When did you first meet? Your cousins. Don't cousins usually meet pretty early on?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, unless you have a real disconnected family.
Yeah. Felt safe.
That's a start. That's a good start.
That is a very good start. And like you said, you had the last laugh. You guys are now married. Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. We all think that's real creepy. Yeah. Listen to that fucking reporter. Yeah. What a congratulations. We've been making fun of you all day long. Yeah, I think you're creepy. I hate even being in the room with you.
And you've been campaigning for a while now to get married in Utah, correct?
That's correct.
Yes. It hasn't turned out as we had hoped, but we did meet with the senator, and he made a few suggestions.
Divorce.
Yeah,
we did meet with the senator, and he made a few suggestions. He said when he married his cousin...
This is the steps he did.
Yeah. Michael, why don't you just have sex with a prostitute? It's so much easier.
Whether or not that's going to happen or not, who knows? It'd be nice if it does. Mm-hmm. But we've done some things in that direction to try to push the law in our favor.
And so why is it so important to you guys to be married in Utah? I know people might say to you, like, oh, just move, just leave the state.
Yeah.
Why Utah?
Yeah.
Well, it's not so easy to move, is it? You know, it's easy from the outside in. Go, why don't you just move and just pack up all your belongings and get a bunch of boxes from Walmart and then pack everything up in it.
Is that the way people sound?
I think he's making fun directly of the reporter.
Yeah.
What a chauvinist pig. This guy, by the way, he has a shit-eating grin on his face, and he's the kind of guy that looks directly at his wife while she's talking, like stares her down, like she's saying something, and he's like...
Yeah, he even said, he goes, that's a good start.
That's a good start. Mm-hmm. That's a good start.
That's a good
start. Call me cousin. Call me brother. Let's take it one step further. Call me brother. Call me brother.
And hours and hours and hours. It's not that easy. And I have a job there. She has we both have family ties there.
You both have family ties there.
She has. We have.
Yeah, we have. Actually, her family ties are my family ties. I don't know if you picked up on that, but he's pretending like this is a this is a real marriage. I mean, it's a real marriage. It just happens to be to your cousin, which is really strange.
Yes.
The father of her children from her previous marriage lived there, and so to just uproot and like the Beverly Hillbillies or something is not as easy as it sounds.
So she had kids before and then got divorced and then was like, I mean, there's really just no good men out there.
Yeah.
Danny. Okay, cuz. What? Remember me?
I got divorced Thanksgiving, and on Christmas I was like, well, Danny's got a dick. Danny's got a dick. Might as well jump on that one.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Familiar.
Now, there's anything wrong with the Beverly Hillbillies, but...
Well, exactly why were you covering your tracks on that one?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's like a woke attitude about the Beverly Hillbillies? Who's upset about the Beverly Hillbillies? Am I missing something?
Yeah,
okay.
It seemed like
I think I have my finger on the pulse, and I don't know. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with rednecks striking oil and moving to Hollywood.
Angie, I was watching one of your YouTube videos that you shared recently saying, eventually one day you might like to move out of state.
Absolutely.
Any idea of where you'd want to go?
We both like California. Michael spent a lot of time in Texas, and I wouldn't mind trying Texas out.
That's not a bad place for the two of you to be, actually.
Yeah.
I think there's more than a few cousin marriages in Texas. Just like there is here in Georgia, by the way.
Yeah.
Not making fun, not singling you out,
nope.
Texas. Love you, Texas. Houston, Austin, Dallas, you're my people.
Yes.
But let's be honest. You get outside in the outskirts.
There's some outlying areas.
And listen, I can understand if you live
in Georgia.
If you live in if you live in a small township outside of Lubbock, Texas, maybe your cousin is the only thing you can marry.
Yeah, that's true.
And in that case, well, what are you going to do? If I only had cousins around me my entire life, maybe I also would have married one of my cousins. Maybe. You never know. Maybe it's situational in some sense.
Right now, I've just been in Utah for half my life now, and that's longer than I've lived in any other place, and I'm dying to get out. But because of my children and their dad and visitation and all that, we have to stay in Utah for the time being.
Correct.
How did that conversation go with the ex-husband? Hey. So, remember Danny from those reunions that we used to all go to? Those Christmas dinners? I'm marrying him.
He was actually giving me hand jobs
I'm with
in the
him
bathroom.
now.
Yeah. Oh, really? Is it the same Danny that you went to the family?
My cousin.
Is that the same Danny you went to the wedding with by yourself? Is that the same Danny you would go to ski trips with the kids? Yes, it was. I mean, it's just weird that pops up out of nowhere like that.
Totally.
Huh. You just show up at a reunion one time and you're like, well, Danny's hot. I guess I'll fuck him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Say, like they're kind of repulsed by this. Do you understand that, or what is your response to them?
I can understand. A lot of things.
I can understand a lot of things.
Well, at least he can comprehend.
He sounds like a total radio guy, like one of those old school radio.
Oh yeah. Hey, come on.
Yeah.
Down.
Hey,
Big Ed's.
We really come down to Big Ed's Crowd Show this Saturday from 2 to 4. We got clowns and music and more clowns. We're giving away a free popcorn machine. My name is Danny. This is my wife, my cousin.
Yes.
This is my wife and my cousin Judy. Nice to meet you. Oh. That was Air Supply. And now, Take a Little Piece of My Heart is Take a Little Piece of My Heart. My cousin took a little piece of my heart last Saturday. 52 degrees and sunny on WUTH, Utah's finest soft rock.
UTI.
UTI.
WUTI.
I'm Danny, and welcome back to WUTI, the itchiest radio station around. We'll have you burning for more. You know what? The other day I woke up and I looked over and I said, I'm the luckiest cousin in the world.
That's right.
That's right. Now, back to the music. Here's Aha with Take On Me.
Take on me.
Take me. Ah.
I can understand why they would do that, depending on their upbringing, depending on what they were taught culturally, depending on what they were taught by their family, depending on a lot of different factors, I could see why someone would be repulsed.
The music.
What is this softcore porn music? Unbutton her jeans.
That music's
Snap off her bra. This is softcore porn at the best.
It really is weird.
Yeah, come on, people. You couldn't get better music than that? I can get better music than that. I'm a podcaster. I know better than that.
By any behavior. If I were just to put myself in their shoes for 2 seconds, I can go, okay, I can see why they would be repulsed. But then again, you haven't walked a mile in my shoes. So.
And what about you, Angie?
She's like, I think this is a very softball interview. I think it's likely that a PR agent set this up just to give them so that they could, get some good press. By the way, they have recently been on a Discovery Network show called Only Human, and they did an expose on this. And so I'll see if I can get a hold of this, and it's probably more interesting than this lady softball questioning them, where he has an opportunity to just spin things the way that he wants to. Another thing that bothers me, and I'll say this, and we'll get into this in another episode about male chauvinism, but one of the things that bothers me is when a man feels the need to validate everything that his woman says, that his wife or his girlfriend or whatever says. So she'll say something and he'll go, "That's right, honey, that's right.
That's right, you're doing good.
Yeah, you're doing good. Keep going. Keep going. I like the direction. Stop! Yeah. Stop!
No.
Or you won't eat for a week." It's like, what are you doing?
I know, it's weird. Jeff
It's
does
so
not
strange.
Do that.
I do not do that to
No.
Aster. No. I occasionally do it here to you, but that's just because I don't give you the encouragement you're looking for. It's a good laugh. I like that. Keep that going on. That's appropriate. Yep.
Doing good.
Okay, too much.
Doing good.
Too much. Slow down.
Okay.
Do you have the same kind of...
Yeah, I would say that, it depends, like Michael said, on your background and your upbringing and how close you are with your cousins growing up. For some, they grow up with their cousins their whole lives, and so cousins are more like siblings. And in that case, the incest taboo does develop naturally, intrinsically. But when you don't grow up seeing each other a lot and you reconnect as adults, then a romance is much more likely to occur.
And you are now on...
What? I'm not so sure that's correct.
Yeah, I mean, part for me, the attraction that I have, like the physical attraction that I have for someone also has to come mentally. And I think just in my mental mind, I would not be attracted to someone that I'm related to.
I think that even though I know there are cousins that I have that are attractive, I'm not attracted to them. They
Correct.
are beautiful women, but I don't even think about it because I'm like, whatever, they're my cousins, right? It's more of like a brotherly, sisterly type thing. I'm like, I don't have any sisters, but I can tell that my brothers are good-looking gentlemen.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I want to bone them.
Right.
Right? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe one day I'll walk into Thanksgiving dinner and I'll be like, "Hey, Kev, you want to get married?" What do you say we move on to Utah and go get married where it's completely illegal?
On WeTV's Extreme Love.
That's right.
Oh, WeTV's Extreme Love, which I think is owned by Discovery.
That is true.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's right.
What made you guys...
That's true. That's right, honey. Good
Congratulations.
job. Good job remembering that, honey. Good job.
Yeah, he's just
We'll talk
very
about
bad.
that in the car. We got to have a conversation about that later. Huh? Sounds like a guy who needs to have control of everything. Oh, yeah.
guys decide to go on a reality TV program?
No, they paid us.
Yeah.
That's a dumb
exactly.
question. That's a dumb question.
Well, I think they pitched the idea to us, and the way that they pitched it, it sounded very reasonable. It sounded fun. It sounded like a good opportunity to get ourselves out there and present a very hopefully tasteful story about cousins being married and show people that we're regular people just like everyone else.
I feel like massage porn should be to this music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's really weird.
I've seen a few, more than my fair share of massage porn videos, and I feel like this is perfect massage porn video material.
They've got like the beat, the drum beat in the background.
Yeah, it's the thrust. Oh, the towel fell off. Let me massage the inside of your labia.
Else, And we've also brought in a lot of other political elements and stuff that kind of backs what we're doing, and so we're not as, freaky as people would think that we.
Oh wait, so you're bringing in political elements?
Political elements.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Because you talked to a senator?
Another thing that I did. Yeah, because you talked to a senator who gave you a few good ideas. Yeah. What good ideas did he give you? You didn't even specify. He said, move out of the state, dum-dum. It's not legal here. Yeah. You think I'm going to go to bat for your cousin marrying? You got to be kidding me.
Right.
I already either got a pat Sleepy Joe on the back or pretend January 6th didn't happen, and now you want me to go to bat for cousin marrying?
Yeah.
Are you a fucking moron?
Would be. So I think that it was a lot of fun, and when they pitched the idea, we kind of talked about it and said, yeah, this would be a good idea to get ourselves out there and our message.
So they're
across
not freaky.
I
mean, let's delve into that again just for a second here, because I don't necessarily think they're like kinky, freaky.
No, I don't think cousin love is kinky. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird in my opinion.
The number one type of porn that is viewed in the United States right now during the pandemic is stepdaughter porn.
Right.
So incest is a thing. It is a kink, right? People are interested in whether they're interested in themselves doing it or watching somebody else do it.
But I would be interested in the cousin porn statistics.
That just doesn't seem all that kinky to me. Like, okay, you fucked your cousin. I guess. All right. Yeah. Stepdaughter's like totally taboo. It's like you should not have sex with your stepdaughter.
Absolutely not.
For sure not. And I don't know if they take it a step further than that. I don't know if there's like, I don't even want to get into it, but I don't know if there's like, that's just a whole different animal.
Yeah.
No.
Change some minds.
Mm-hmm. For me, I think awareness is the first step in social change. And what I love about
social change, what are you trying to make it like? You want this to sweep the nation?
I can see her outside with like a protest sign.
Who are you, Martin Luther cousin? I mean, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, things gotta change. Times are a-changing.
Oh, hell no. Cousin wants my blow. I mean, what do you want? What do you want to happen? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at the time. Listen, we'll get back to more. I promise you it does not get more interesting from there. That's the first 5 minutes was the most interesting 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I wanted to say this to everybody out there. Love this song, man. So awesome. It's called The Weekend. It's by The Grooves, I think is the name. The Grooves.
Okay,
I think the actual name of the song. Yeah, like it. They have a whole bunch of songs that I'm interested in. This is just one of the ones I happen to license. So there you go. I wanted to say this. Go to youtube.com/thecommercialbreak for our new special segment called In the Studio. You can only watch it on YouTube. It does not air on the audio version. So go there. We've been talking about Astroworld. We're going to put out one shortly where we give you an explanation about Taylor Swift's decoupling from her Universal contract and why she's re-recording all of her shit. So it's just something where we talk about subjects that are a little bit more timely and not always crazy. We talk about absurd shit in our family and our life stories here, but that's not all we're interested in talking about. So go watch In the Studio at youtube.com/thecommercialbreak. Subscribe to the channel if you would. That'd make us so happy. You can go to @thecommercialbreak on Instagram. We're giving away a Squatty Potty next week, and you'll learn more about that on Instagram @thecommercialbreak. I do want to remind you, Chrissy and I really appreciate the fact that you're listening to our sponsors. We know there's commercials in the show, and they've been there for a while, but now there's like actual commercials in the show. That is in an effort to keep our show free and frequent to you, so that you don't have to pay some nominal fee on Patreon or anything like that. We'd rather it just go free to you. Let us get a couple sponsors to cover some of the costs. That's it. No big deal. A couple minutes of commercials. And I also wanted to say this. Go to tcbpodcast.com and use our sponsors' special URLs and codes. You get free shit. That's why they give it to you. It's great for everybody. Okay, now, what else can we do today?
I think that's it, Brian.
I think she was a step behind her. She was I like the song.
I was dancing.
I feel like sometimes you're like, I've heard this so many times before. I'm just going to dance for a second.
I love it.
I'll clearly clue back in. Yeah. I love you.
I love you.
Until next time, best to you.
Best to you.
Best to you out there in the podcast audience. We always say at the end of the show, bye.